Mr. Sacramento, always looking dashing every morning. I mean, tell us, what's the secret?
The secret is that the Lord is good
all
the time, even in my life.
Okay.
And that's how we roll.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you, this name Sacramento, I mean, it's rare. It's not everybody that bears that name. So I really want to understand.
My name,
how
Sacrament means holiness.
Oh.
And in Italian language, it means Sacramento.
Okay.
And, you know, in California, there is a place called Sacramento, California.
Oh.
So you talk about holiness, and that's why we're in active citizens, where people with genuine mindset that wants a change in the system in our country. People with the same level of mindset that believe in the cause of Nigeria, not the cause of politicians, but believing that God has created us to be a Nigerian, and definitely we must move in a just path, you know, do the right thing to get the right result.
Oh, beautiful. I'm impressed by that name. Mr. Oladimeji, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm delighted to have you. I'm fine. How are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm cold.
Mr. Oladimeji, Ola, that is money comes in twos.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm loving the names of our analysts. It's beautiful to, you know, listen to. Good morning and welcome to Morning Pulse and Active Citizens. Today, we dive into two burning issues shaping governance and security in our country. First, the storm in Oyo State. Governor Seyi Makinde's 300 billion naira loan approval has sparked protest, with opposition lawmaker Ibrahim Shitu claiming due process was sidelined. The government says it's refinancing its older debts and funding infrastructure. But the controversy raises questions about transparency and trust. Then up in the north in Katsina, Governor Diko Rada is embracing negotiations with local communities, even with bandits, to tackle insecurity. Some hail it as pragmatic, others fear it's another cycle of failed peace deals. Let's unpack both stories with our panel of analysts. Once again, good morning to you viewers, and you're welcome to Active Citizens. The first one we have here is actually the talk of the loan. I mean, I really want to, you know, get you guys, you know, take on this particular thing. I mean, like, what do you make of this? How does Oyo State's 300 billion naira loan, I mean, is it for refinancing? And how is the move, how does the move, you know, fit into the broader trend of state government borrowing heavily? Are we seeing responsible fiscal management or a cycle of debt dependency? Mr. Oladimeji, what's your thought on this?
First, I think it's a buy-over. Let me use that simple language at once. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. I think it's just a buy-over. And what a buy-over means is you are getting funds to offset another. That is my understanding as an economist of buy-over. So I do not see any economic reasons behind this. I stand behind. I mean, apart from that, let's visit the current issues in Oyo State and where the governor. You know, the last time I spoke on Friday, each time I love to always stick to the existential issues surrounding our political matters. Currently, Seyi Makinde is not in Oyo State. Hanging out with friends and family, watching American football. All right? And then the state is gone ahead to borrowing the state without due process. When we say that leadership trickles down from the top, this is what it means. The federal system had indulged in such practice over the time, and now the state governors are also involved, are picking up in that impunity. It is what we have, and it is what we are currently dealing with. The political players in the opposition, they have the right to call up as the Honorable just did, and I stand right by him in asking the governor of the state to explain why you are getting a loan to offset another where you have not shown workings for the previous.
Mr. Ladimeji, are you still there?
Stop there for now.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I'm coming to you, Mr. Sacramento. I mean, I really want to understand the refinancing reality. The government says it's the refinancing of the 149 billion naira and adding 151 billion naira for infrastructure. In simple terms, is refinancing genuinely a relief or just old wine in new bottles?
Okay, thank you for the question. And I wish to go straight to the point. I'm really disappointed in the Makinde. Very, very disappointed in him. You know, when we see these are the issues why the likes of late President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria said that youth are lazy. And where our mind, Makinde is less than 50 or he has gotten to 50. I can't remember, but I know it's not up to 50. Now, the issue we're having here is this. You're going for a loan of 300 billion. I don't understand. For what? How? What are you doing with it? Your successors had never did something of such nature. Then why should it be you that are going for 300 billion naira? Even when the allocation that is coming to the states now is very high to compare to what we have those days.
But according to him, he said it's for infrastructure purposes. There
is no infrastructure in Oyo State. I don't know what he's talking about. The money that they share, the allocation that comes to Oyo State is not the normal one that used to come. What is Makinde doing with 300 billion for crying out loud? What kind of infrastructure does he want to do? Does he want to be more Catholic than the Pope? Okay. We should stop petting nonsense. Makinde should stop this man. And the kind of house we have now, all of them are all puppets. They are all puppets. Because there's some certain questions that should be asked. What kind of infrastructure that Sheyi wants to build, the governor Sheyi wants to build in Oyo State, that he will go for 300 billion naira loan. Now, not going for 300 billion naira loan is the problem. What is the repayment package plan?
Yeah.
How is he going to hunt the next governor that will come? How are you going to pay these bills off? And you're putting the state into a very tight corner. Even in the next 20 years, they won't finish paying this the repercussion that is coming under the 300 billion naira loan. This was the same fight between the woman in World Trade Center, Okonji-Iweala, and Adam Soshomole. When he wanted to go for a loan of 75 billion, $75 billion loan. And the woman said no. Edo State will be indebted in the next 25 years. Then Oshomole started singing from the two sides of his mouth, calling this woman all sorts of names, till the woman brought every evidence against him. Yeah. And that was the end of Solomon Grande. You see, we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder in this country. I don't know why a sitting governor should be going for a loan of such an amount of money and it will be approved. It shows that we have a systematic problem.
Exactly.
Because every month, you people go to Abuja to take allocations from the remark. And you're still going to borrow 300. Who is going to pay it in the Oyo State? What does Oyo State have to pay 300 billion and pay the interest that is following 300 billion naira? So please, these people should help us. They want to bring down this country. Them and their paymaster, they are trying to bring down this nation down. And people should rise up and say, no, the APC can, one of the APC people now joined PDP to say no to such. What are they, what level of enrichment is all this? This is wickedness. They don't think about how this, now at the end of it, taxes will be dangerously high. It is the common man who has shops in the street that will be paying for these bills. Definitely. And these people will now go to US, go to so many places and be catching cruise. All right. Thank you so much for that. It is quite insensitive that, I mean, you've been in governance for a long time, and you're yet to, you know, show anything, you know, for it. But moving on, Mr. Oladimeji, you know, at this point, it's more like they are trying to test the transparency of the governor of Oyo State. I really want to know that even if the loan, you know, makes financial sense, does the way it was approved, you know, during assembly recess and with complaints of exclusion undermined democratic accountability? What is your take here?
Thank you for that question. Let me quickly go back to the earlier discussion that we had and that Kanu just spoke to. Ifeoma, I don't know if we understand what reinvestment means. Reinvestment means buying over a previous loan. So if you are borrowing now, it means you are offsetting a previous loan. So the remaining part of it is what will be left for infrastructure. That 300 billion humongous sum that Makinde has gone ahead to borrow while the house is on recess is not explainable. There is a gap between the lines that we cannot connect. Meanwhile, Makinde is leaving office in less than 2 years. So why borrow 300 billion while you will be leaving office in less than 2 years in the name of infrastructure, like someone who is just taking office?
Imagine.
And then you have gone ahead to abuse the rule of law once more, like your colleagues are doing everywhere across the country. I mean, the House of Assembly is on recess. It makes no political sense. It makes no democratic sense that a governor who is the custodian, the chief custodian of the rule of law in the state, will be the one who goes ahead to break it. But then I wouldn't blame him. At the national level, the National Assembly is sitting on the mandate of the executive. So I cannot blame all of these state governors for the rascality in politics that they, involve themselves in. Okay. There is no democratic process involved in this borrowing, and it should be cancelled. Okay. That would be my position.
Okay, but I really want to know, I mean, where does this place the... Are you there?
I'm here with you.
So I really want to know, where does this place the legislative body in all this? I mean, it's looking as if they too have been sidelined. I mean, in a situation whereby you want to borrow loan and you don't even go through the due process. What's your take on this?
See, when we have a transactional politics, a democracy that has been bought over, this is what we are going to be having. We play politics all of the time, 97% of the time, rather than govern. So when there is no governance, it is always politics. Those at the state assembly are careful for the election. So they are playing politics so that they don't fall on the inside of the governor, who can play them, out of the political calculation at any time. Especially with the case, as the case is in Oyo State.
Okay.
Each state, are peculiar. They have peculiar states, situations. So in Oyo State, the assembly is at the beck and call of the executive, just like the federal is currently. Okay. That's why we are having such, Ifeoma.
Okay, I'm speaking on, politics and policy, Mr. Sacramento. I really want to know, to what extent is this controversy about financial prudence, and to what extent is its political positioning by APC ahead of, 2027 election. What does this mean for APC?
That name APC and what is happening, they are in the same marriage. They are in the same marriage. Now let me tell you, Mr. Oladimeji just said something. I can bet you and bet my life in this matter to know how sensitive it is. Seyi Makinde has no infrastructural anything anywhere. This is something him and the legislator has planned to retire themselves with. That is the gospel truth. These two persons, these two bodies, the executive and the legislature, are committing these atrocities together. They know. All of us know how big Oyo State is to be going for 300 billion naira loan. We know how massive they are. We've seen the infrastructure Seyi Makinde has brought since he came on board. Now, just less than 2. You didn't borrow this money while you were in power.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Yeah. You didn't borrow when you entered newly to say there was a decay in the infrastructures we have in Oyo State. We will all believe you. Now, it is less than, 2 years to live. You now remembered that you are going for a loan. See, these people are wicked. See all these legislators and the executive. There are so many of them that has no conscience. Yeah. Just to tell people, these people have them, they don't have us at heart. And when you are seeing lawlessness, both in this, and this at the level of lawlessness that brings insecurity. Because if this man is going for 300 billion, why wouldn't the youth go into the forest to look for how to kidnap people to get this money?
Exactly.
You understand? Yeah. This is sheer wickedness. A man that has been in power for the past 6 years. Now, remaining 2 years, he now went for 300 billion naira loan. Who will pay it? If not the masses, if not the innocent citizens are the ones that are going to pay. So, this thing is not about political affiliations. It's just that people are insensitive. So, any political party should rise up. People should rise up. NLC in the state should rise up to say this is not going to happen.
This whole issue of borrowing every single time, it was yesterday that we discussed about the lawmakers, should I say, a form of siphoning about 6-point-something million for their retirement. And it's the level of, audacity and insensitivity when, a lot of things are, going chaotic in Nigeria, and these people are thinking about their retirement plan. But moving on to that, I really want to understand, they are indigents of this particular state, the citizens of Oyo. What do you think? What does this, tell about the government? How do you think they will be feeling about this particular development?
Except for the elites who understand, the elites and the people with good conscience, active citizens, who understand good government, who understand this. But majority whom they have impoverished, majority whom they have placed in poverty, might not really understand what is going to happen in the near future. In repaying this loan, it's going to cost a lot of people's businesses. People are going to be committing suicides because their source of livelihood will be taken from them. You could imagine where you make 100,000 naira in a day and you pay 60,000 naira as taxes. It shows you are not making progress. Meanwhile, there are debts that you are owing inside the remaining 50,000, or 40,000 naira that's remaining. And from there, you pay your children's school fees. You are going to be paying for landlord's house rent and all this. You find out that is spending wise foolish. So many people are going to be taking their lives. Many people are going to be in a state of bitterness. Insecurity will be on the rise. Because everybody wants to meet up. So this is a very terrible dicey situation. It shows we do not have a working system, because before a state government will go for such massive loan, the federal government or the institute that are of good conscience should understand, like people like Okonji Iweala, who stopped Adams or Shomole for borrowing $75 million or $75 billion or thereabout from what IMF. It's going to stop him. So if we have people of such matter, they are the people that will regulate the level of borrowing of states. But you could see the kind of system we run. If the governor calls and tell them that 10% of 300 billion is for you, my brother will approve it. So that the ministry can move to the permanent side.
You know, at this point, I'm not even, you know, surprised with the audacity of this man, you know, borrowing this amount of money, because even the federal government do borrow money. But moving forward, Mr. Oladimeji, I just want to know, what is your recommendation, you know, moving forward? How can, you know, this kind of amount, or this, you know, this cumbersome amount be, you know, kind of worked on? How do you think we should move forward as a nation, and not just the nation, this particular community, or this particular state or your state? What do you think? What do you recommend? Do you think they should continue with the borrowing, or do you think they should, you know, halt the borrowing abruptly, or do you think of any other thing that, you know, that could work for the state?
Thank you, Ifeoma. If the Oyo State indigents and residents alike, if they love the generation coming, if they are interested in their fish, if they are interested in the fish of that state, first of all, that loan must be critically stepped down by those people.
Cancelled and terminated.
Because this is a process of plunging a state. This is the process of plunging a state into a long-term debt. Unreasonably so. Very unreasonably. I mean, at a time when the national economy is in meltdown. I don't understand these governors, as my comrade has said. No conscience in their attitude at all. So my recommendation is, going forward, is that if we really want to have something away from this, you know, recurrent and insistent, mishaps of our political players, we need to move away from transactional politics. We need to move away from where elected officials are not dependent on the people, but on their cronies and their allies to get into power.
All right.
If we can do that, these people will be afraid to indulge in this mannerless attitude. I use the mic.
All right, thank you so much. From financial debt to security debt, let's move over to from Oyo State to Katsina State. Both cases, you know, revolve around trust. In Katsina, Governor Rada has confirmed his government is negotiating with communities and indirectly with bandits to end years of bloodshed. Now, peace deals have reportedly worked in 4 local government areas, with talks ongoing in others. This is supported by EU-backed programs, including the IOM, CDD, and Mercy Corps. But history reminds us that similar deals under past governors often failed, as bandits regrouped once the pressure increased. So I really want to understand the reason why. I mean, was it yesterday or last week we were talking about Kaduna State? They were talking about, you know, negotiating. No, they said they won't pay any dime when it comes to insecurity to bandits. That rather they will settle, you know, the insecurity. They will, you know, halt it or destroy it or stop it completely. But you can see here in Katsina State, the governor is kind of planning on, you know, negotiating with these bandits. I mean, to bring, you know, peace to Katsina State. So I really want to know, in comparing these two states, do you think that this, peace negotiation talk is actually the right approach to, bringing back or restoring peace to Katsina State?
All right. In bringing peace does not take away dialogue. Always a dialogue, but the level of dialogue you're entering into. When the people understands, it boils down to understanding what dialogue means and the people you are dialoguing with. If you are dialoguing with people who have no cause for their evil deeds, then you are just sitting on a keg of gunpowder. And that is the truth. But when you are dialoguing with the right set of people who have a just cause, then you know that there's going to be a pathway to peace deal. That is the truth. Now, Katsina governor trying to make peace must understand the terrain of the issue. What is the issue on grounds? What am I dialoguing with? What are the new jets that is being brought for us to dialogue with? Are you, the sitting governor, trying to make the dialogue? Now, if I'm dialoguing, of which people am I dialoguing with?
Exactly.
If you're dialoguing with desperate bandits, you are just shooting yourself on the leg. There must be a cause for the dialogue. And the cause is not that, please, we want people to stop killing us and blah, 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 blah. It won't work. Because bet me every week they will ask for money. And that money can be used judiciously for the improvement of the communities around the states. So it has to be spelled out who are the people you are dialoguing with. Are they the people who have killed people unnecessarily? Or people who have genuine cause? Maybe they are being marginalized.
Okay.
Maybe infrastructural developments have not gotten to their area. And they have been saying this for the past years and nobody is listening to them. Maybe those are the kind of people you can have, dialogue with.
Okay.
But if there are people that just wake up one morning, carry arms, started killing people, and they are urging you to come and dialogue with them, if you try that madness, you will continue to dialogue till the end of your tenure.
Yeah.
And that will be very devastating.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Mr. Oladimeji, we already know that, this community or some communities in some states, we know about the Borno State, the insurgency that happened there, and how people were asked to return back that, they've restored peace, and then again, these bandits striked again. And it's quite sad, but moving to this particular state where, these people, these bandits have actually been, causing unrest in the community. The community, I know most definitely, they've been left with, displacements and fear. Do you think this particular, peace approach is the best way to go? I really want to get your take on this.
Let me get your question straight, Isioma. If I think that the dialogue is the way to go.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. First of all, thank you very much, the comrade, for the way you put it. But I'd love to put it more succinctly with illustration. First, let me start like this. I'm going to start with the question comrade asked. Who am I dialoguing with? Or let me speak directly. Who is the federal government dialoguing with? Who is the state government dialoguing with in this state concerned? And this body I am dialoguing with, what have they been tasked with before dialoguing? Before even we come to dialogue. This set of people have been tagged terrorist organization. And I know that across the world, conventionally, you do not dialogue with terrorists. Now, let's even leave that aside. Let me come to view it from their standpoint that they want to dialogue. Those you want to dialogue with, have they come to the table with a decision to dialogue with you? Because I remember when Yar'Adua was, to launch the amnesty program back in the days, those that were affected were willing to lay down their hands in turn for amnesty. And they were not integrated into the society. They were given amnesty that has a structural program. But we have currently something that is going on that I cannot explain. Dialoguing with those who are not interested in having a dialogue with you, but only interested in festering insecurity in your state, killing your people, displacing your people, increasing the number of IBTs you have around the region. But you want to dialogue compulsorily. It's like I'm telling you, I am your enemy, I've got no friendship with you, and you are cutting me by force. It makes no sense. And there's something beneath it that we are not seeing. It is very much political. Nobody can explain this to me anymore as it stands right now.
Okay.
As it stands right now, it is. Because you are not negotiating with those that are marginalized in their regions, really, that are really marginalized. You are interested and you are fixating on negotiating with those who are bent on destroying, or rather, those who are seeking for self-interest are the ones that you will crack down on and destroy. Something is wrong with this system. And something must be done urgently.
Yes, something definitely has to be done urgently. But just to wrap up, I wanted to, take your, contributions to this particular, question of mine. And it's more like a form of two questions. Okay. And I just want you guys to tie it together just briefly. Now, the community, I really want to understand if, this particular peace talk is something that is, more urgent. Do you think this is a misplacement of priority, or do you think that, okay, this peace talk is actually what is needed in Katsina State? And then I really want to understand the, the EU and the IOM, if this particular plan, fall back, what are the, follow back plan, like the plan B? Because I mean, they say you must have plan A, plan B, plan C, you get, so that if one fails, you can move over to the next one. So I really want to understand. You guys should help me tie this together. I'll start with you, Mr. Sacramento. The
issue is there that having a dialogue is not a bad thing, like I said, but it has to be well spelled out. Who am I dialoguing with? What are we dialoguing with? Where are the issues? Because on the table of dialogue is where transparency comes. What is the issue? What are we dialoguing all about? Now, if they bring this, who are the causes of this issue? How do we sort this out? Are the pertinent questions that will be placed on the table for people to choose? So now, one of the most important things that the people you are dialoguing with, because in the table of dialogue you have people with different motives, people who are just seeking for the government to pay and say continue what they're doing. People, the minute of them are the people who came with genuine mind. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that is the issue. Then the European Union and IMF, wherever, are just part of the people. Okay, if you back these are the incentives of what comes with the dialogue that you people will have if we have these things right.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So that is what it is.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladimeji. Your comments briefly. Mr.
To start with, I don't think we should discuss recommendation in any way at all. Because it's dialoguing with a criminal sect, an idea in the first place. Personally, it's not an idea to start with. When you are interested in the lives of the people, these people, these leaders, if they are really interested in the lives of their citizens, what security entails.
Okay.
It doesn't take 48 hours to cleanse Katsina.
Okay. All right. I think network we lost him there, but it has really been an insight, having you guys, analyze and trash this particular issue. But there is this particular, news story that came on board. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has raised concern over rising debt profiles across African countries, saying recent available data shows that debt trajectory has reached a critical point in most of the countries. So I really want to, get your take, Mr. Oladimeji and, Mr. Sacramento on this. What are your opinion on this? Because I mean, we could already see how much Nigeria is in so much debt, and imagine somebody is still coming out to tell, apart from IMF telling us that we should, cut down on our borrowing. You get this. Other concerned citizens are equally coming out to tell us this. So I really want to get your take on this.
Well, it's a very sorry situation that this administration has led Nigeria deeply into debt. We're talking about 149 trillion. And that's where we find ourselves. And for Tajuddin Abbas, he's an APC member, a card-carrying member. Coming out to shout, Oga, it is okay, Oton. The woman says, Oton. That you are dragging Nigeria into an irredeemable debt. 149 trillion. It has never been had anywhere. This one was listening to where Dino Melaya was talking about the president buying 20 billion naira Maybach. Maybach is a Mercedes-Benz that is an explosive jammer. The only one, the president that drives that is Donald Trump. I mean Donald Trump and Russian President Putin. And Nigerian president is also on the radar. You see, this is a very terrible thing. We thought Tinubu came to help us, but he told us he's continuing from where Buhari, so maybe we don't have hope. But this is where civil rights societies, NLC, everybody must rise up. We have to put an end to this menace. If we must say no to it.
Okay.
And if the House of Rep, coordinated by APC, are the ones shouting out this, then say water don't pass Gary.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Oladimeji, your last take on this before we wrap up. Just make it brief, please.
Yeah, I will try to. I think Chidi just woke up. Perhaps Chidi slept when we sang on your mandate, you shall stand. We shall stand when the president visited the joint National Assembly to present the budget. Where was he? Now he's coming to shout.
He woke up.
But away from that, really, quickly, if you're not.
Yeah.
I have never seen in the history of this country a toothless, I'm permitting to use this word, a worthless National Assembly as the current one that we have. You know what to do with your powers as the Speaker and as House of Representative members. You are carrying precarious responsibility on behalf of Nigerians that are poor things. Instead of you to act within your powers as watchdog to the executive, you are coming out like an ordinary civilian to shut out Mr. President to like Kanu said. Let him continue to shout like us. Since you have been shouting, what has happened? Now he's joining us. Instead of him to act. Call on the Senate President, have a joint sitting with him, and critically come up with an instant decision on standing down on further borrowings. They are coming out to lament. let him please just talk about putting Nigerians
all right.
and go to work if he wants.
All right, two stories. Thank you so much. You know, two stories, one about, you know, debt, loan, the other about, you know, peaceful approach, or is it not? All geared towards transparency, I mean, totally. And it's quite, you know, appalling to, you know, talk about these stories every single day. It's more like we keep talking and it keep falling on deaf ears. But I believe most definitely that all these issues, 2027, that ticket, that voter, I mean, what do they call it, voter card is really going to play a massive role, you know, changing all this governance, because like I said before, it's still the same set of persons that keep on rotating this, you know, this presidential or this governorship, you know, seats. But I believe that by 2027, things might actually, you know, change. But thank you so much to our analyst, Mr. Oladimeji, and Mr. Sacramento. It has always been an insight, you know, having you all, you know, dialogue or trash issues here, analyze issues here on this table. We really appreciate. And then to our VVIPs, our viewers, thank you so much for always tuning in or joining us every single time we come here for Morning Pulse, or for Aside Hot, or rather the evening parliament. Thank you so much for, you know, always coming through for us. And if you have not joined our conversation, please drop your comments on the comment section. If you've not liked, please go ahead and like right now. If you've not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you've not shared, you are totally wrong. Make sure you share to your family, friends, and relatives. Let's get this ball rolling. Active Citizens has come to stay, and we will stay for good. Thank you so much for, you know, staying with us. On social media platforms, you can actually find me on Facebook at Ifoma or Oji Sophia, and on Instagram, you can find me on Miselex. Mr. Oladimeji, where can they find you on your social media page?
Yeah, I'm always on X. I vote for Oladimeji.
Okay. And then Mr. Sacramento, we can always find him in the studio. Till we see you in the afternoon for Aside Hot. The time is 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. Do not miss that dial. Bye for now.